Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is in memory of Alice. I think this is the title of the video. I'm not quite sure, how do I word what's happened. As you all well know, Alice's husband on Thursday announced about her passing away. So it's now, I feel that it's the right time to do a video in honour of her. I don't know how this is going to go. How do you word losing one of your closest friends? How do you word, how can I give honour to someone that was so absolutely incredible and that made my life a million times brighter? It's hard to describe, but I wanted to do something in honour of her, and I wanted to recognise all the joyous things that she did in my life, did for me and for our group, all the wonderful memories we shared, all the books she wanted to get, that she got me to read. I'm trying not to be a complete emotional mess. I've not scripted this, I've not planned it. She'd be up there laughing at me, I bet, because I'm a mess. I never expected it. I know that Alice was just amazing, and we became friends through BookTube. I watched a fellow BookTuber's video and she was recommending Alice's channel for all the middle grade content, and for just in general. I don't even remember how the recommendation started, but she recommended Alice, who'd only just started on BookTube, and I think I followed her pretty quickly after she started. And I started watching her videos and I started commenting, and somehow we became friends. And during the Past and Future Readathon, quite a few years back, I think it was just over COVID time, during COVID time, I think it was the first sort of proper Christmas that we had COVID. I think it was that sort of January sort of time I was announcing the Past and Future Readathon, and I think I can't remember, but we started chatting on the Past and Future Readathons. I think I had a Voxer group happened, and we started chatting on there, and we started chatting. I wish to God, I feel like I'm not giving her justice. I wish I could remember how, but we became friends, and through her, I think she introduced me to Gem from Gem of Books, and I followed Jack before that. So I'm trying to show you how the Waffle group came together and how Alice sort of had a key part in it, because me, Gem and Alice started off chatting on the Past and Future Voxer group, and we became really good friends, and we became a group on Voxer, and then I think we added, I can't remember, I think it was Ange we added next, and Ange I've been friends with for a long time. And then we added Jack, and then Danny joined, and then my sister Charlie from Charlie Brooke Reads joined, and we became this unit. And we spoke nearly every single day. There was barely a day that went by when as a group we didn't speak. We still do, the ones that are with us. But Alice spoke to us, and we had some amazing times. She got me reading so many books that I didn't think were me. It was thanks to her that I read Careless by Coasty Capes, and that was one of her favourite books of the year, and it became one of my favourite books. She got me started on different mysteries. She got me to challenge myself, and yes, we had different tastes, but she got me to try books that I never thought I would. We shared Daphne du Maurier in common. We both shared a love of Daphne du Maurier's works. And we shared so many different things. So some middle grade books we shared that we liked. Yes, we had different tastes, but it didn't matter because we used to have such a good laugh, and we'd get each other to try books, and we had buddy reads, and sometimes they went well and sometimes they were a disaster. Sometimes I read ahead, sometimes she did. We just had such a good time, and we were there through the good and the bad times. She was there for me when I had COVID. Her and Jem were right on the bottom of the phone when I was at rock bottom at that time, when I had COVID, and I remember her being there for me, and her and Jem teasing me because I was still filming, even though I was as white as a sheet, and I remember them both saying, "What the hell? You're still filming, you're still..." And her mum said that she talked about how she admired my strength when things were tough. And she would always boost me up because she understood. She understood what it was like when things were hard health-wise. And she understood my anxiety, and she just got me. And she would always boost me up and say, you can do this. And it was those kind of comments when things were hard. And she would always say, you've got this, you can do this, I know you can. And she'd reach out to me, either on the chat or on the separately. She'd reach out to me, and she was just amazing. She got the most thoughtful books. When it was anyone's birthday or present, she would always give the most thoughtful gifts, and she'd wrap them up. And we had a laugh because you could never get into our bloody parcels because she'd wrap them up so well so that nothing happened to them. But we'd always laugh about that. And that's the thing with Alice. She was there for the good and for the bad, and she was so thoughtful. She did so these crochet. She'd give us crochet presents. She got me a little crochet cat, which Sweet loves, and a little crochet Christmas decoration that's going to go on the tree. It's right near me. And every time I look at it, I think of it. She'd give like little thoughtful cards, but she'd think of that would suit us all, and she would always think of us. She went out of her way for other people. Never caring. She never wanted anything in advance. Never did it for things coming back to her. She wouldn't do that because that wasn't Alice. She was the most thoughtful, kind person you could ever meet. And I am blessed to call her my friend. And yes, she's gone, but she will always live on in our group, in all of us. She started me on Agatha Christie. I've got I'm getting a whole shelf of Agatha Christie. I've only recently started, and I feel guilty that I should have started it sooner. And now I read my first Miss Marple. I can't even remember if I told her. And she knew I loved Poirot, and she got me starting on Miss Marple. I've got a book up on my shelves that she got me when we went on the last London meet, the last time I saw her. She got me to get the 124 from Paddington or something like that. And she got me to get a book, and she recommended them, and she would always do recommending. She always try and get me to blooming boost my gigantic TBR. We used to joke. She was Alice in the Giant Bookshelf, and I was Emily in the Mahoosive Bookshelf, was something like that. But she would always tease me for how much bigger my bookshelf was, and she would laugh. And there was other silly things, like when we went book shopping, when we met up, she would always try and get me to buy pink books because she was always saying I was the chicky litty contemporary pinky girl. And I remember every time we went book shopping, she'd tease me if I bought a pink book, or if I bought a book, because I would always share, and I still do, share my book buying with the girls. And she'd be like, that's pink. And sometimes I'd argue with her and go, no, that's peach, or that's a different colour. And she'd be like, that's pink, Emily. And then there were others. So I'm going to be going forward in August, I've got a couple of pink books to read in honour of her. I've got a cat book to read in honour of her that she sent me, because obviously we both shared a lot of the cat. She had Harry. Harry was in a load of her videos, and Sweep's obviously in a lot of mine. So we talk about cats. And when she worked with children when she was younger, she would talk about kids, and she was always so supportive. Like, Thomas absolutely loved her. Thomas thought she was brilliant because she'd know about football, and she would always be so kind with him. And Mia liked her, and Chris would always be like, Chris thought he'd met her, and I said, no, you haven't, but here's a picture. And I was like, yeah, I remember seeing you talk to her all the time. I said, yeah, we did. As a group, we chatted so often, and we still, and so we'd chat. And then other silly things my book buying calendar, as you know from the book hauls, goes from one book haul to the next. It doesn't go my book hauls don't go from the first of the month to the last day of the month. No, my book hauls go in between book haul videos. So if I film my book haul earlier, we're going into, and I buy books at the end of the month, it goes into the next month's book hauls. So yeah, my numbers don't always sound right, but Alice would always tease me about the Emily calendar, and that was something we towards the end of our life, we'd always joke about the Emily calendar. And now as a group we still laugh about that. That's the Emily calendar. The Emily calendar's gone a bit extreme, and she would laugh that I would buy books, and apparently she told her mum when I was buying books and how many books Emily's bought this week, because my book buying can be a bit extreme. Right now it is extreme because when I'm going through stuff like this, I buy books to comfort me. But she'd get that. She'd never knock me down about it. She'd always get it and understand it, and we'd laugh. She got me to try different authors. She got me to try things and new books, and one of my favourite books this year you're going to see is Tomorrow, Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I think I spoke about it I'm speaking about it in another upcoming video. God, I'm so far behind. I'm filming so far in advance. But yeah, that book, and I remember when I was reading Tomorrow, Tomorrow and Tomorrow, it was one of her favourite books of the year she read it. And I messaged her on the group chat, but because other people in the group hadn't read it, she messaged me privately and we were chatting about the book. And it was lovely to talk about the books with her and to talk about how sometimes we disagreed. I remember like the atrocity that I didn't like Cloud Cuckoo Land as much as she did, or Demon Copperhead. Yes, don't kill me, I didn't like them as much as they did. But we'd get that, we'd laugh. It was never like, it didn't matter if we didn't like the same books or if things were different. It didn't matter because we always said, like, that was our different tastes. That was one of the fun bits of our group, is that our tastes were different. And she would always know the things to get me, the things to recommend, the laughter we had. It was incredible. I don't think anyone... We met up for the first time in Woking, in a town near us, last year, and I had one of the best days ever. It was just me, her, Charlie and Jem. It was the first time I'd met them both, and it was like, even though we'd never met before that, within 2 seconds of meeting, it was like we'd known each other, like we'd always been friends, because it was just the most natural friendship ever. And it was just so easy, and we'd tease her, because I think that first trip she was the one that bought the least books. Alice in the Giant Bookshelf, but bought the least books, and we'd tease each other about it, but we'd laugh so much. Every time we met up, we would have such a good time. It was like we'd never even been apart for those months. And I can't believe I'm never going to see her again. I can't believe I'm never going to speak to her again. And it breaks my heart. And every time I see her picture on YouTube, or like from one of the previous videos, or I see different things, it makes me hurt, because I know that that's it. But she was incredible, and I am forever grateful for her friendship, for her, and for her just being amazing. And I'm sending my love out to Alice's family and friends and the group, anyone that knew Alice, but especially her friends and family, because right now it's a tough time. I don't know how this is going to feel, how we'll get over this, or if we'll ever get over it. But I know that she wouldn't want us to be sad, because she wasn't like that. And this was absolutely incredible. But please, bear with us all. Like, our little group is struggling at the moment, but we're all supporting each other. I don't know. I'm going to keep filming, because for me, I want to keep her alive. I'm going to keep reading books every month. Every month I'm going to read a book in honour of her. I'm going to find a book. I'm going to let me keep her going. And I'm going to read all the books she recommended. And when I'm ready, I'll start watching her videos again and to listen to more of her recommendations and keep her alive in my heart, because that's what she would have wanted. I'm not going to do the whole, if you got to the end of this video, leave something, because it's just too hard. But if you like the videos, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, ring on the diggly. I don't honestly mind. But please, if you've not watched Alice's videos, give her the love, even from beyond the grave. Let's support, while her channel's still up there, let's support her channel, and let's give her husband and her family all the love we can. Thank you everyone, goodbye.